soft, dramatic, and emotive. Patricia comes home from work and finds a suitcase outside. Her partner is already gone. No explanation, only a cruel note and silence that smells like betrayal. But that suitcase, which felt like humiliation, becomes the first signal of her new life. The suitcase was outside, like the home itself had rejected her. Patricia didn't understand at first. It can't be mine. Until she saw her keychain hanging, the same one Diego gave her in their first year. On top, a note, one line. And in that line, Patricia lost more than a relationship. She lost the naive version of herself. Because when someone leaves like that, it's not love. It's that they already chose something else, or someone else. Patricia climbed the stairs, counting steps like someone counting minutes to get home. Her back was stiff, uniform wrinkled, mind packed with unfinished tasks. The day had been heavy, but one thought kept her upright. Diego would be there. He always was, or so she believed. In the hallway, the air felt strange. There was light, but no warmth. A silence that wasn't natural. It was arranged, as if someone had prepared it. Then she saw it, a black suitcase placed right in front of her door, like a guard refusing her entry. It had a scrape on one corner and a worn tag hanging. Patricia stopped. Her brain tried to fit the scene into logic. Wrong floor, neighbors, delivery. But the keychain hit harder than reason. The scratched metal heart, the same one she'd once lost and Diego had miraculously found. She stepped closer, touched the suitcase. It was cold. On top, a folded note. When she opened the door, she heard nothing. No footsteps, no TV, no music, no trace of Diego's cologne, wood and something sweet. Just emptiness. She unfolded the note with clumsy fingers. The message was so short, it hurt twice as much. It was Diego's handwriting, no doubt. Patricia knew those curves, the way he pressed his D when annoyed. I'm not coming back. Don't look for me. 2 sentences. Not one soft word. No sorry. No let's talk. Patricia read it once. Twice. 3 times. As if repetition could turn it into a lie. Her stomach dropped. For a moment, she thought she'd faint right there in the doorway. She walked inside. The painting she loved was gone. The shelf was wiped clean. The drawer where Diego kept documents looked freshly organized. Too organized. The kind of order that means someone is leaving for good. In the bedroom, his side of the closet was empty. Only one hanger remained, like a mockery. In the bathroom, his brush was gone. In the kitchen, his favorite mug, gone. Patricia sat on the floor without noticing, back against the wall. She stared at the suitcase like it was a dangerous animal. Her phone buzzed. An unknown number. Accept it. Don't make it harder. A chill ran through her. It wasn't just Diego. Someone else was writing the script. That night, a neighbor knocked with a line that changed everything. I saw who he left with. Nora was the kind of neighbor who knows everything without being told. Not because she's nosy, because she pays attention. She had the gaze of someone who learned survival by listening. Sorry for the late hour, Nora said, holding a mug with both hands. But I saw Diego going downstairs. Patricia's heart jumped. Downstairs, when? 3 nights ago, around 1 a.m., with 2 suitcases, and he wasn't alone. Patricia froze. With who? Nora lowered her voice as if the wall could repeat it. With an elegant woman. Heels, perfect hair. She looked like she knew exactly where she was going. Patricia felt anger and confusion. Diego never mentioned anyone like that. Did they say anything? Nora swallowed. They laughed. And that laughter, Patricia, I'm sorry, it sounded like relief. That word cut deep. You can accept love ends, but it's harder to accept the other person feels better without you. Patricia stared at the note again. For the first time, she wondered, was this impulsive or planned? The next morning, Patricia went to the one place lies feel comfortable, the cafe of the late meetings. Patricia got ready without wanting to. Not for vanity, for armor. She put on subtle lipstick, inhaled, and left. On the way, her mind offered alternate scenes. Diego returning regretful, a dramatic explanation, an apology. But when Patricia walked into the cafe, the air told the truth. This wasn't a place for apologies. This was a place for power. Claudia sat in the back. She didn't stare at her phone like most people. She scanned the room like it belonged to her. Patricia knew it was her without asking. Claudia carried that "I already won" energy. She approached. "Claudia?" The woman looked up with unbearable calm. "Patricia, I imagined you differently." Not a direct insult, a needle wrapped in silk. "Where is Diego?" Claudia's smile barely appeared. Diego made a choice. "What choice?" Patricia held her gaze. "To leave a suitcase outside like I'm trash?" Claudia tilted her head. "Don't be dramatic. He chose what benefits him." Heat rose in Patricia's chest. "And what benefits you?" Claudia leaned forward, enjoying the game. "It benefits me that you leave him alone, that you accept your place." Patricia noticed a detail. Claudia wore the chain Diego had lost months ago. That chain sparked a memory. Diego searching the whole house, swearing he'd lost it. Patricia even comforted him. "It's okay, love, you'll buy another." Now it shined on Claudia's neck, like the past had a new owner. Patricia left the cafe without a scene, not because it didn't hurt, but because pain, when it's too much, becomes quiet. On the bus ride back, she replayed the beginning with Diego. He appeared during a hard time. Patricia worked double shifts and still barely made it. Diego brought her food, made her laugh, told her she was too strong to be alone. And Patricia, who'd carried responsibility for years, allowed herself to believe him. But the romance had cracks. Diego avoided money talk, got angry when she asked about the future, vanished on weekends for work. Patricia forgave him because tenderness lived between the cracks, and because admitting the truth meant being alone again. That night, Mariana called. "Come to my place," she said. "Don't stay there tonight." Patricia resisted. "I need to face this." Mariana was firm. Facing it doesn't mean staying where they break you. Facing it means surviving so you can rebuild. Patricia agreed. At Mariana's place, Patricia checked her bank and realized they didn't only steal love, they stole money. Patricia opened the bank app with frozen hands. At first, she thought she was misreading it. Recent transfers, email changed, secondary authorization. Transactions had been made days earlier, small ones to avoid suspicion, like emptying a glass drop by drop so nobody notices. Mariana watched from across the couch, lips tight. "That wasn't done overnight," she said. "That's planned." Humiliation mixed with fear. Being left is one thing, being left without ground is another. The next day, Patricia went to the bank in person. A young clerk tried to be kind without prying. "Miss Patricia, it shows authorization from your partner," he explained. 2 weeks ago." 2 weeks. Patricia remembered Diego hugging her from behind, saying, "Relax, everything will be fine." Something new rose inside her, clean anger, without tears. "I need a full report," she said. The clerk nodded. Outside, Mariana handed her coffee. "Today, your cold version begins," she said, "the one who doesn't beg." Patricia watched traffic. "Today, my free version begins." That afternoon, a woman named Sofía appeared with a line that sounded like a lifeline. "I also ended up with a suitcase, and I got out." Sofía was a customer where Patricia worked. She carried an odd calm, like someone who knows life from the edges. When she saw Patricia's dark circles, she didn't ask what happened. She asked, "Do you want me to listen, or do you want a plan?" Patricia fell silent. That simple question made her cry for the first time in days. Sofía led her to a corner, away from noise. "I'll tell you something hard," she said. "If they broke you inside, it's because you depended outside." Patricia clenched her jaw. "I worked. I contributed." "Yes," Sofía nodded. "But you didn't have a safety net. And without a net, anyone can push you." Sofía didn't sell fantasies. She spoke about real rebuilding, learning communication, ethical selling, creating an extra income stream, doing it within a community that holds you when emotions betray you. And discreetly, she mentioned a model where she could recommend wellness products people already use and build something midterm, live good. "It's not magic," she clarified. "It's consistency. And when you're broken, consistency saves you." Patricia inhaled. "What if I'm not good at that?" Sofía smiled. "It's not about being good. It's about not quitting before you learn." That night, Patricia returned to the apartment for one thing and found a clue hidden inside the suitcase. Patricia entered the apartment like it was a crime scene, touching as little as possible, scanning every detail. The suitcase was still where she left it, outside. But now it wasn't humiliation, it was evidence. She lifted it, and something thudded inside. Not clothes. In a side pocket, she found a small note, folded and shoved in. Not Diego's handwriting. "I'm sorry. It wasn't part of the plan to leave you with nothing." At the bottom, see. Claudia. Patricia felt sick. Why would Claudia apologize? What kind of game was this? Mariana read the note and frowned. "That doesn't sound like victory," she said. "It sounds like guilt or fear." Patricia kept the paper like a dagger. That night, she opened a notebook and wrote 3 things. 1. Recover what's legal and financial. 2. Never beg for love again. 3. Create my own exit. Under number 3, she wrote the words Sofía kept repeating: structure. The next morning, the phone rang. It was Diego. His first words: "Don't hang up. Claudia is destroying me." Patricia answered without emotion, not out of coldness, out of protection. "What do you want?" Diego sounded breathless. "Patricia, I made a mistake. Claudia pressured me. I had debts. I felt trapped." Patricia's fingers tightened. "And that's why you robbed me?" Silence. I didn't want you left with nothing," he said, voice cracking. "But Claudia handled the papers, the accounts. She said it was the only way." Patricia listened, while 2 parts fought inside her. The part that still loved him, and the part that was already saving her. "Diego," she said, "you laughed when you left." "No," he hesitated. "I was nervous." Patricia didn't scream. She spoke like a judge. "I'll see you when you return what's mine." Diego swallowed. "There's a way, but you have to come." "Where?" "To the cafe, with Claudia." Patricia looked at Mariana. Mariana didn't hesitate. That's a trap. Patricia went anyway, but not alone, and she brought someone Claudia didn't expect. Don Esteban was an older neighbor, quiet, but when he spoke, he organized the world. Years reviewing contracts. The kind of person who sees a trap where others see just a paper. At the cafe, Claudia greeted them with a thin smile. Diego looked pale, sleepless. Claudia slid a document onto the table. "Sign this," she said, "and the drama ends." Patricia didn't touch it. Don Esteban did. He read calmly, turned pages, went back, then looked up like someone who found garbage neatly wrapped. "This isn't an agreement," he said. "It's a dispossession." Claudia blinked, annoyed. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly," Don Esteban replied. "And I also understand something else. There are threats here." Claudia smiled without warmth. "Patricia, don't make this hard." Patricia held her gaze. Hard was leaving my suitcase outside. This is just justice. Claudia leaned in, voice low. If you don't sign, I'll tell everyone what you did. Patricia felt the hit, but didn't fall. What did I do? Claudia smiled. Whatever I need to make you stay quiet. In that moment, Patricia understood. Claudia didn't want Diego. She wanted control, and control doesn't forgive. 2 days later, Claudia struck where she knew it would hurt, Patricia's jaw. Patricia was called into the office. Her supervisor wore the uncomfortable look of someone who doesn't want to be the villain, but follows orders. On the desk were printouts, screenshots, cropped sentences, out-of-context photos. We received this, the supervisor said. We need to clarify. Patricia looked at the papers and felt the world trying to shove her back down the moment she started rising. Mariana, who came with her, spoke first. Where did this come from? The supervisor hesitated. Patricia inhaled, straightened, and said, Before this goes further, I want it on record. This could be defamation, and I will document everything. The room fell quiet. Patricia showed the bank report. Dates, transactions, a pattern. Sofía had taught her the core. Don't react. Respond with structure. The supervisor lowered his eyes. Give me 24 hours, he said. Patricia walked out shaking, but upright. That night, Mariana showed her a hallway video, and it revealed who was truly in control. The video was simple, grainy, no sound. But truth doesn't need sound when it's clear. It showed Diego going downstairs with suitcases. It showed Claudia near him, touching his arm, guiding him, rushing him. Diego didn't look like a man in love. He looked like a man controlled. Patricia watched it again and again. She felt something like pity, not for him, but for herself, for the time she'd invested in someone so weak. See? Mariana said. This wasn't romance. It was manipulation. Patricia clenched her jaw. So Claudia didn't just take Diego. She tried to take my life. Mariana squeezed her hand. She won't. Not if you move smart. Patricia thought of Sofía, the word structure, the plan she'd started building quietly. That night, Patricia decided her escape wouldn't depend on courts or apologies. It would depend on discipline. In her notebook, she wrote, 1 hour a day, no matter what. And below, without making a show, she wrote the project Sofía had shown her, like someone marking a path. Live good. And right when Patricia started moving forward, Diego showed up at her door. Diego showed up unannounced. Dark circles, a cracked voice. He held a folder like paper could turn him into a man. Patricia didn't hug him, didn't insult him. She just looked at him. I'm not here to come back, he said quickly. I'm here to fix something. Fix? Patricia didn't raise her voice. What gets fixed after someone leaves your suitcase outside? Diego lowered his eyes. Claudia used me. I let it happen. She promised to pay my debts. She promised a promotion. She promised. Patricia cut him off. She promised shortcuts. Diego swallowed and handed over the folder. There are documents, transfers, part of what happened. I want to return something. Patricia felt something strange. Not joy, not victory, just confirmation. Why now? She asked. Diego pressed his lips together. Because Claudia is going to destroy me. And I'm tired of being afraid. Patricia looked at him with a new calm. I'm tired too, she said. But I didn't break anyone on the way. Diego stepped closer. Patricia stepped back. Don't confuse repairing with returning. Before leaving, Diego said something that planted mystery. Claudia didn't do this alone. There's someone else. Patricia didn't get trapped in the mystery. She documented it, yes, noted it, but she didn't make it her life. Her life was routine now. Mornings, work. Nights, one sacred hour. Learn, practice, build. Sofía guided her without pressure. Mariana held her without judgment. Don Esteban reminded her, "Don't sign anything you haven't read. Don't trust without evidence." Patricia improved her communication, learned to tell her story without victimhood, learned to sell without begging. Little by little, she moved within the wellness and affiliate community Sofía introduced. Quiet steps, consistent steps, human steps. Not a lucky break, a process. The first thing Patricia gained was something money can't buy: calm. She paid one bill, then another, started saving. Her gaze changed. Most importantly, she stopped being the woman who got left. Now she was Patricia, the woman who rebuilt herself. But she still needed closure, and closure would happen where it all began, at the door. A month later, Patricia returned to the apartment, not out of nostalgia, out of authority. She recovered what she could, cut access, changed passwords, cleaned the place like someone cleaning a chapter. The door no longer intimidated her. Then she saw something, a suitcase. Not the same one, another, smaller one. And this time it was inside, against the wall, as if waiting for permission. Patricia stared and gave a quiet smile. Not happy, but true. It was no longer a symbol of being thrown out. It was a symbol of choice. She opened it. Inside wasn't clothing. It was papers. Diego left plus a short letter. Patricia read calmly. It said, "I'm sorry. I understood too late." She folded it and kept it. Not as romance, as a reminder of boundaries. Then she looked at her table. A notebook, a calendar, goals. That extra income that started as 1 hour a day now paid real things. It didn't give her a perfect life. It gave something stronger: independence. Patricia locked the door with intention. And that night, for the first time in a long time, the home felt like home. Because the ending wasn't that he left. The ending was that she stayed with herself. If you made it this far, comment "door closed" and tell me, have you ever been left without explanation? Subscribe for the next real case with more twists. And if you're rebuilding today, remember, 1 hour a day can save you.